we'll just get her going. So,
cool.
Look towards the camera and smile pretty. No, not like a psycho killer, man. Good evening, this is John Young with the Disc Jockey News and Disc Jockey News TV. This week we are doing a special week, doing some flashback looks at our Mobile Beat Las Vegas experience. And tonight I've got Jeremy Brech with me. Jeremy, good evening.
Hi, John. How are you?
Doing well. Glad to have you on tonight because, well, you're one of the guys that has been to the Mobile Beat show twice, lots of times, kind of like the rest of us. Does that mean we're getting old?
I don't know. That or just we'll call it experience.
We'll go with that. We like that one better. Oh, that's for sure. Well, let's kind of start. Let's take a step back. What was your first year? Do you remember when you went to Mobile Beat the first time?
You know, I'm going to say it was probably 10 years ago. I was probably about 22, if that ages me.
That does, and now that really makes me feel bad.
So when I think my first experience, I didn't know what to expect, and it was pretty eye-opening the first time you go to a conference or a convention like that.
Now, was that your first experience at any kind of a major DJ event?
Yeah, that was the first time I'd actually expanded myself out of my own market or out of Sioux Falls. Uh-huh. So to go to a large conference in general, the Mobile Beat conferences. They, again, I mean, there's just such a gathering of people across the country, and you meet so many people, and that was a lot of fun.
Now let's go back to that first show about 10 years ago. Mm-hmm. Going into that, now you probably were familiar with the magazine. You bought your tickets. What were your expectations going to the show as you're getting on the airplane to fly down to Vegas?
Well, again, I mean, I was still young, and I went into a conference excited about the trade show. I mean, it was all about the trade show. I was excited to see all the new gear. And obviously, being big into the lighting, I was really excited to see what the next cool lights that I had to get was going to be. So what it did was it just kind of got me down that path of education because, again, I kind of went for the trade show part of it. And then once you started learning from some of these people and seeing these presenters, Mark Ferrell, Bill Hermann, Peter Mary, Randy Bartlett, Larry Williams. When you start learning from some of those people, and all of a sudden it's like, wow, there is more out there than just gear. There's education, and that's where it kind of sparked that interest for me. Nice.
Now you mentioned some names there, but what was some in the early times of going? What were some of the seminars that were standout moments it was like an aha moment for you?
Yeah, there's. I would have to go back to Mark Ferrell's "Getting What You're Worth," and then also I believe it was called "Last Song" or "One Song," mm-hmm. And those were two seminars that really jumped out at me. And you almost get an emotional takeover because in our industry we always want the best for our clients, we want the best for ourselves, and that's how we make our living. Yeah. And to hear it from somebody and really help you focus on those goals, it really changes your perspective on what you're actually doing as an entertainer. It's not about just playing music and hoping the dance floor is going to get packed. Now it's starting to create an emotional connection with your couples and your clients and their guests, and you start looking at it starts becoming a bigger picture. Mm-hmm. I will never forget Larry Williams' B-side. I remember seeing that at Mobile Beat a couple years back. And that B-side seminar, again, it was such an impactful seminar to, don't do things exactly how you do it every single time. Work with a couple and see what you can do to enhance that moment. And then from Mobile Beat, basically, it got me encouraged to start looking at other educational opportunities such as Marbecca and the entertainment experience.
Nice. So for a lot of people who are watching, they probably never have been to a convention. That's why I'm going to take you back one more time to that early time. When you left after the first show, you've experienced it, you saw the trade show, you experienced some of the seminars. When you get out on a plane, do you remember what the feeling was as you came back to Sioux Falls after the show?
Again, with my mindset on my first time I ever went, it was very gear related. It was very, I got to get the next cool toy. So my first year, it was one of those learning opportunities for me to say, okay, this isn't just about gear, this is about education. So after I went to my first conference, I said, I've got to go back. I have to see, and I have to start exploring more into what this business is really all about. So I think that was kind of that turning point for me when, like I said, there wasn't really I have to go back and I have to go buy these DVDs and this book and this. And, it just, again, it really became an opportunity for me to look at what the potential of my business could be.
Yeah. And
again, my first year focus was gear because everybody wants gear. They want the toys.
That's what we were there for.
Yeah, exactly. And now I think these conferences and everything have really focused more towards the education and inspiring. And that's why I go to these conferences now, just to take all that in.
Yeah. Nice. Good stuff. And I think for a lot of us who've been to the conferences started out the same way. We want to find out what's new and had that eye-opening experience with that.
Exactly.
So let's set the seminars aside. Let's share a couple of memories, some things that just kind of stand out that might really not have a whole lot to do with the conference, but times in Vegas with the show. What are some things that stand out for you?
It's just the camaraderie and the relationships that you create. I remember the first year I felt like such a small fish in a big sea. And as you keep going to these conferences, you meet people, you network. That's truly what these conferences are all about. It's about the networking. It's about gathering with people that you talk to in social media, or you email back and forth. And I truly remember that first conference where I kind of broke the ice a little bit, and it wasn't just about gear. It was about, okay, let's start making these relationships. Let's start creating these opportunities. And meeting some of these people, shaking hands, and then keeping in contact with them. I mean, I still look back, and 10 years later, I'm still great friends with a lot of these people. The after-hour activities, it's not just when you go to Vegas, people think, well, Vegas is just a party town. Mm-hmm. This is a great opportunity for people. And I remember going back to my first couple times that I went to a conference, just going out and spending some time with those people. And having a networking opportunity where maybe it's the Vanilla Ice concert that was there a couple of years ago, or Tone Loc, just being a part of those things, and sharing that with some friends in the industry. I'll never forget those. Those are always fun.
Yeah, those were. And we were there and experienced the same things, and to be able to go and have that time, and I refer to it as kind of a family reunion.
Yeah.
I mean, you just for yourself, you and I, we were friends, and about the only time we see each other is at DJ shows.
Yeah, exactly. It is all about catching up.
Yeah, it really is. Great stuff. Well, Jeremy, I wanted to keep it nice and short, but I appreciate you sharing some thoughts with us tonight about the Mobile Beat Show.
Awesome. And we will see you in Mobile Beat.
We will. And for those of you watching, if you would like to get tickets, they still have some discounted tickets going until December 31st, January 1st. You can get those if you go out to mobilebeat.com. We'll put a link in the description below. But go out there and you can check out the show. There's a link to the show. Check it out. The schedule is pretty much up. There's going to be some great entertainment this year. And you can come and talk to Jeremy and I.
I'll be there.
All right. Thanks much, Jeremy.
See you, John.
This is John Young with the Disc Jockey News. Good night.